Hi, I'm White, and today I have to review the Gemmy life-size 6-foot Posable Reaper. This guy I think came out in 2007, I could be wrong. He was part of the Posable static lineup of props. There was this guy, there was a couple of scarecrows, there was a bunch of them. I think this one's probably the most common, but honestly he's kind of my favorite just because of how cheesy he is. It's not one that takes itself seriously, as evidenced by its dumpy ass fucking face. I love it so much. Anyway, so this is another one of the animatronics that I got in that lot of a bunch of shit. It was, to list it all out, it was the Insane Serial Killer over there that I restored earlier today, the Magic Power Face Changer, there is the Gemmy Creepy Crawler who's on the floor over there, you can sort of see her, and I have her other leg hanging up here because it's broken, and then in that closet there is a Fitco Face Changing Reaper that I still have to work on fixing. But yeah, this guy was in probably the second worst condition, next to the Insane Serial Killer. I got him restored today as well, but I didn't really record it. So essentially his problems were his head, first off, because all the electronics are in the head, there's a battery compartment in the back of it, since, he doesn't really move at all. The battery compartment was completely corroded. I'm guessing that the batteries had been chilling in there for like the last decade, and they popped. So there was a lot of corrosion in there. What I ended up doing, because I couldn't really get all of it out with normal methods, is I desoldered the battery compartment, and then I took out all the contacts and I soaked them in a mug of vinegar and let them chill in there for like 10 minutes or so. I took them out and then I put them back in and resoldered everything, and now he's good. His speaker is blowing out. It sounds really shitty and you can kind of tell that it's dying. But regardless, for the time being, he works. Another one of his problems was that his shoulders, because his shoulders are a separate piece from his legs are like really long, and like it just connects to the shoulder piece. Here, I can probably better demonstrate it. Yeah, see, he's kind of got like no torso at all. It's just all leg, and then it goes up to that shoulder piece.
Bruh.
What I theorize about what happened is that he probably took a tumble sometime in his life, so he kind of face planted, because the shoulders were completely snapped off of the legs. All the screw holders were broken, everything was broken, and it fucked up the collapsing mechanism. So firstly what I had to do is I had to fish some of the collapsing mech's plastic out of there, and then I had to position it up so that he could actually, stand fully. And then what my dad and I ended up doing is, because of course all the screw holders were broken, we couldn't really screw it back in, so we zip tied the shoulders back on, and then we used hot glue to secure them. And now he's pretty much good. He's good to go. Other than his collapsing mechanism, it's pretty jank. Sometimes it doesn't lock up all the way, sometimes it doesn't really go down. But it's not an issue. He's so light that you don't really need to collapse him, other than if you're storing him, but since he's really easy to display, I'm going to keep him on display for a while. Besides, I like this guy. He's very simple. Obviously, he was designed to be simple, and I like it a lot. I enjoy the simplicity of him. He has like a couple of phrases, I'm not sure how many, but they're all pretty kind of generic ones, but still I enjoy them. Look, another creature of the night approaches, shit like that. He has bendable wires in his arms. I'll demonstrate that as well. Hi, Wacky! Yeah, he's got bendable wires in here, so you can you have to grab with two hands so that you don't really break him, and then you can just kind of pose these however you like. It's fun. It's interesting. It's neat. I'm still filming. What the fuck am I doing? Well, you get the point. He's posable. He's 6 feet tall. I think Mine might be a little bit shorter since the collapsing mechanism is fucked. But regardless, he's about 6 feet tall. His hands are weirdly big, and so is his head, especially his forehead. Like, holy shit. I like this skeleton mold. I forgot what else it was used on. I think it might have been used on the cartoony Deadeye Drake. And I know for a fact that it was used on Mr. Zombody. But I'm not sure what else Gemmy used this skull mold on. I enjoy it. His clothes are pretty simple, just the black robes, and then he's got a little bit of like rope there. Yeah, his base doesn't have like a button or anything on it. It's literally just a flat piece of plastic. He's overall pretty, not like cheaply made, but you know, he's a budget kind of guy. So anyway, I'll turn him on. He has a sound sensor and a motion sensor. The sound sensor in mine is pretty alright. The motion sensor is obviously pretty shitty because it's one of these old light sensors. But regardless, I'll turn him on. Also, mine looks down a little bit more than it's supposed to. It's kind of supposed to be up like that, but since the hot glue that we used to secure it in, it makes it not wobble, and then the zip ties are obviously just to hold it on. He kind of leans down just like 1/8 of a degree, but it doesn't affect him at all. He's still really stable just with being on the zip ties and the glue. And especially since how like front heavy he is with the arms. Anyway.
Have you come for a treat or for a trick?
Yeah, you can hear his speakers kind of bad. It like kind of zaps out whenever he stops his phrases.
Yet another creature of the night approaches.
The lady actually, who sold it to me and all this other stuff, she actually had another one of these that was like basically new in the box, but I couldn't really afford it, so I just took my chances with the broke-ass one, and I'd say it worked out pretty well.
Oh, sorry. Halloween just brings out the ghoul in me.
Yeah, I kind of hear that kind of zap out a little bit. I'll definitely have to end up replacing his speaker at one point or another.
Welcome to my home, my little victim. My little friends.
Also, he takes 3 double A's and they go in the back of his head. I don't think I don't know if I might have said that. But, yeah. I think he's got maybe 1 or 2 more phrases.
Something spooky out tonight, and I think it's you. Have you come for a treat or for a trick?
Well, I think that's about all of it.
Yet another creature of the night approaches.
Yeah, I'll have to end up replacing that speaker eventually. But overall, I quite like him. He's simple, but he's fun. He's a nice little background thing. Or if you just kind of want to have a not very scary guy to just kind of chill somewhere, he's overall really easy to display. He's pretty thin. He's not terribly tall. Again, he's like a little under 6 feet, at least mine is. And he's, you know, there's not much of a chance of him breaking unless you know, leave batteries in it for a decade or push it over on its face or break the collapsing mechanism or, you know, the huge. But overall, I like him. If you come across one of these, they're not rare by any means, really. Definitely pick them up if it's for a pretty good price. They're really easy to fix also. Unless, again, you have the issues that mine had, which I've never seen one other than this one have that. And again, I'm pretty sure he took a tumble at some point in his life. But anyway, oh, he looks sinister in that position. Anyway, pick him up if you can. This has been a white dude, and I'll see ya next time.